I was born in Hanover, Germany on January 12, 1927. My parents decided to get out of Germany in 1938. I was 11 at the time. Didn't say too many goodbyes. And to move to Amsterdam, Holland. It was again a mixed neighborhood. So for a couple of years until 1940, everything was fine. And Frank lived in the same neighborhood as I, and we went to the same school also, although she was 2 years younger. We were not in the same class. See, we hung out together at the same ice cream parlor there, the Oasis. I met a boy there, I think I was 14 at the time, and he was 15. His name was Helmut Silberberg. She went with him. After he got tired of me. Even after war, we corresponded there for a while. Things started getting worse because the Germans invaded Holland in May 1940. Pretty soon after, we had to wear a Jewish star and inside the house, because if you stood at the window, you had to have it, or outside on every dress or coat. I remember coming home 10 minutes late one day. My mother, she was furious. Probably the only time she slapped my face, because she was worried. She thought maybe I had been arrested. When my brother was supposed to have been sent to Mauthausen, my brother they sent back because he wasn't quite 18 yet. He got another call up, July 14, 1942. He had just turned 19. He was sent to Auschwitz, and we only heard one time from him, a postcard, and that was from the train to Auschwitz. I turned 16. The girls at 16 were supposed to go to labor camp. The doorbell rang, and I was already in bed, and so I heard him talking at the door. He said, "Well, we're coming for Lowenbach," and he said it was him. He said, "No, your daughter, Ursula." So they come into my bedroom. So I was just so scared. I thought maybe they were going to rape me or something. And so he said I didn't have to be scared, but I was. And one of them said, "Well, you know, she looks a little bit like my kid sister," and they decided to leave me there. Late in the afternoon, they came to our house. My parents were able to talk to them. My mother, she offered them some lemonade, and she said, "You must be tired," and yeah, they're tired. And the end result was, "Well, let someone else take you. Okay, we'll leave you here." So we had a guardian angel. I guess God protected us. The Allies were bombing Holland, so one time the bomb landed right across the street from us. It kind of shattered the glass and bricks came loose, and my mother sort of flew over my bed. We just sometimes sat in the hallway and waited because we couldn't use any bomb shelter. The Jews weren't allowed to. The Germans started rounding up people, going to people's home. And at night you hear little kids screaming, and kind of wished almost that they would pick us up just to get it over with. Because sometimes the fear is worse. We tried to find a hiding place, but we didn't know anybody who would hide people. Coincidentally, we saw some acquaintances, a Dutch couple who were hiding Jewish people. So I was very courageous that they took money for it or not. I mean, their life was at stake too. And some people they took for nothing, they didn't have any, but so that made a total of 15. They had a big house with quite a few bedrooms. They gave us each family our own room. During the day we were kind of downstairs in the living room. We were all sleeping in the upstairs in the bedrooms, and the doorbell rang real loud and some pounding at the door. Peter was coming running up the stairs and pounding on our door, and said we had to get up and we had to go into a hiding place. And the hiding place was like crawl space out of the house. And the Germans got impatient, kept kicking at the door and threatened to break it in. They let the Germans in, and of course they said, "Well, where are the Jews here hiding? You know, where those pigs and whatever." He said, "Well, we don't have any Jews. We wouldn't be caught dead." They pretended they were Nazis, and they were clever. They had a portrait of Hitler in the living room and some Nazi magazines. But then they wanted to know why they had such a big house, just 2 people. They found a bed unmade, and so they said, "Oh well, we are helping these German soldiers out. They come as their lady friends in the middle of the night. That's why they didn't hear the doorbell." And then after a while we heard them right over our hideout. And then all of a sudden this one lady, she started coughing, but they didn't hear it. And after a while they left. After that we had to sleep there. They kind of got some used mattresses and some blankets, and between the beams there was a fleas and bugs, and for the rest of the time, which was about another 18 months or so. They seemed to have enough to eat in the beginning. Thin soup and just bread, and on Easter time we got a treat and got an egg, because it was kind of hard to buy it for 15 people when supposedly there were only 2 people in the house. Actually later on, there was hardly any food left anymore, and all the people that were hiding us, they did the best they could. So yeah, one day all of a sudden the lady of the house came in and said, "The war's over," and so we just kind of hugged each other, and we said, "Well, you can go outside, you don't have to stay in anymore." I remember the first thing I saw was a tanker throwing candy and stuff to people, and that's the first thing I picked up. It was pretty good. That tasted pretty good, that chocolate.